Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it is time to make some soap. So I'm going to be using a color combination that I've always liked. The last time I used it, the ugliest soap I've ever made. As a matter of fact, I think that's what I called it. They muddled together, the titanium dioxide had glycerin river, so we're going to try again. I'm going to do it in layers. I'm going to have black, hot pink, yellow, and white. And I'm using Brambleberry's pomegranate and black currants fragrance oil. Used that many times over the years, really like it, behaves well. Brambleberry says it does a mild acceleration. I've never had trouble with it. It really smells good, nice and fruity, and it really sticks in your soap. So I have 4 containers of oil, 4 containers of lye, because I'm literally pouring 4 layers of soap. I'm going to pour the first one. I want it nice and thin. I'm going to let it sit up, texture it, come back, do the next layer with the next 3 colors. But through the modern miracle of technology, it will just take you a little while to see it. This is activated charcoal in my oil, carefully measured out. So let's just get it mixed in. This is my first batch of lye. I'll get it mixed in. Put my fragrance in and pour it, and come back later. I want this to pour thin, but I want it to set up quickly, so I'm going to quickly hit it with a stick blender with the fragrance. And very quickly pour it. See, I'm having, even stick blending, I'm having no issues at all with acceleration. So I'm going to pour this. Let it go out all nice and even and smooth. Look how nice and fluid that is. And I'm soaping pretty warm. I didn't measure, but it's pretty warm because the other colors, the other batches of oil are going to cool down in between. And I want this first one especially to set up nice and firm and quickly. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to try and leave the camera right there so we have a nice smooth entrance back into it. Alright, I will see you in just a little bit. Okay, so we're back, ready to texture the black level and pour the pink. Did you all notice something I didn't do pouring this that I should have? I'm doing it now. I didn't do it then and should have. What do you think? It was stupid. Oh yeah, this is really set up. And I want this really textured and rough to really show the pink level layer sitting on it. Okay. Let's mix my pink up. Put the lye in and scent it and pour it. This is just the oil. So I have it all really well mixed. Alright, let's put the lye in and start making some soap, and we'll color it. We'll scent it and pour it. Wonderful fragrance in. quickly hit it with the stick blender. I want to keep it fluid enough to pour, but let it sit up quickly afterward. That's all I'm going to do. Get the head of the stick blender up so it'll clean up later. Pour this while it's nice and fluid. Yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look satisfying? Now I'm doing it off camera, but this little bit left in here I'm actually scraping out and putting into one of these molds that I keep for myself. So I'll come back in a little while, texture this, and start with the next layer. Alright, moving right along, we're ready to texture our pink. And then mix and pour our yellow. Right. So I'm going to mix the fizzy lemonade mica into the oils. This is just the mica right now and the oils. No lye yet. Let's put our lye in. Emulsify it, scent it, and pour it. To mix my scent out. I forgot to measure my fragrance. Sorry about that. And I'm trying to be so careful and well organized, and no matter what I do, I still seem to mess it up. So let's quickly measure this. Do better the next time. Okay, everything is well mixed. Put the stick blender head in there to clean it. And pour this while it's nice and fluid. Okay, and I will be back for the final layer in just a few minutes. And within just a few minutes, we are back, ready to texture the yellow. And mix and pour our white. let me mix the white up. And I remembered to measure my fragrance out this time. This is just the titanium dioxide and the oil being mixed up. Put the lye in. Fragrance in. Quickly hit it and pour it. Because this is thickening up. And I want it to pour thin, or at least smoothly. Which, okay, it's going to. And I'll be back in a few minutes for the final touch. Okay, so I'm finished touching the soap. I've taken my gloves off because they're really getting greasy. I'm just going to be careful doing this, get a texture on this. And I'm going to do something I never do, but I'm going to try it this time. Not piping, sorry Denise, not yet. I've tried it, I've been practicing a few times on piping, not had the best luck. But I am going to try something I never do. My friend Lisa gave me this quite a while back. This is from Mad Micas. It was old enough, it was called Mad Oils at that time. It's now Mad Micas. It's Ruby Slippers glitter. I'm going to go ahead and try some glitter, and it has a little sprinkler on it. So let's just put some nice ruby red on the top of this. And see how that does. Alright, I'm going to let that sit for a few minutes and spray it with some rubbing alcohol to prevent soda ash. Put it to bed. I'll be back tomorrow for the cut. So, there we have it. Alright everybody, I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, so we're back to cut the soap, and I'll explain what's going on here. Before I do, there will be no video next week because my Plum Prump will be bobbing up and down in the Gulf of Mexico and St. Petersburg, Florida. We're running away for a little while, so no video next week. Okay, so I pulled this out. Usually my recipe with a hot gel is ready in about 12 to 13 hours. I pulled it out at 14 hours, and it was a little bit soft, and I had the corners tear. But the white is super hard, where this is a little bit soft and wet and spongy. I may have mismeasured, I don't really know how, but may have mismeasured my lye amounts because this white is lye heavy. Now technically it's only 15 hours, it's still saponifying, but a tongue zap on these colors, not a problem at all, zero zap. a tongue zap on the white, and there's a substantial amount of zing, and it's really, really crumbly. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. I cut 1/2 of the bar to see what happened, and yeah, the top is really crumbly. So I think it's lye heavy. See, look at that. But I wanted to show you this design because I love this color combination. And I love the layers. It turned out great other than the top. I at first thought I put too much Tidox in the white, and that's what made it crumbly, but I think I mismeasured. I think these probably don't have enough lye, that's why they're soft, and the top has too much. So what I will do is just let these sit. I love the way that looks. I'll let these sit the rest of the afternoon. And when I approach about the 20 or 22 hour mark, and we'll check them again, see how this is doing, the bottom layers are doing. If the top is still lye heavy, I'm just going to chop it up and rebatch it. Of course, I'll lose the design, lose the colors, but I'll save the soap. So I'll kind of let you in on that. And if I have to rebatch it, it probably will not be ready to unmold before I leave for Florida in the morning, because we have an early flight. Now I took some of this white and just kind of muddled it together in my hand and tried to wash with it. It washes great, lathers great, and it doesn't hurt my hand. You know, my skin's pretty tough and thick. It doesn't hurt my hands, but I certainly would not want to rub that on my body. I would not want it anyways near my face. But I really like the way it looks. I love this color combination. I just don't like that I think my top is lye heavy. So anyway, I'll hold off putting this up to YouTube. We'll see what happens. See, here's the other one that I cut. It's up on the drying rack. Looking good. There's my first all-natural soap. There's my second batch of all-natural soap. So anyway, I may be seeing you later today this afternoon. Alright, bye-bye. Okay, it's official. This soap is not going to be salvageable as is. I went ahead and kept one bar, one of the end pieces, but the top is hard and crumbly. The bottom is soft, spongy, and greasy, and it should be a very hard bar by now with this recipe and the hot gel it went through. This has 0 tongue zap. This has a significant tongue zap, which means it's lye heavy. So I went ahead and chopped the white up, got it in the crock pot heating up. I put about 3 ounces of oil in it. So just to get that kind of well mixed in. Then all my pretty colors are shaved up. So we just add that in there. And this will take a long time. I'll do this off camera, but just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing, this is how you save a soap. Whether it separates or whether this instance, if you've got lye heavy layers in it. Saponification is still possible because the white has unsaponified lye and the colors have unsaponified oils. Mix them together. I'm going to cook them in here probably a couple hours. Of course, I'll lose the color, already lost the design, but save the soap. And this happened one time before. It wasn't the fragrance oil's fault, but it was this fragrance oil that I used, and when I recooked it in the crock pot, rebatched it, the fragrance oil held up beautifully through the cook. So I'm kind of hoping I have the same luck this time. So anyway, there you go. I'll do this off camera, just kind of mix this all in really, really well, stir it up. Cook it kind of like you would sort of like a hot process. It'll go through similar layers, similar stages, probably have to add some more water to this and get that all mixed together and let the lye and the oils do their thing and turn the rest of that into a good bar of soap that's safe to use. I wouldn't use it, so I won't give it out for somebody to use. See you later. Alright, so here is the final result and the soap that was saved. So anyway, I went from that nice pretty textured line soap to this. At least it's not really an ugly color. It's not purple, it's not burgundy, it's not mauve, but it's kind of in those colors. I don't know if you call it a dark mauve or whatever. But the soap was saved. It cooked for 2.5 hours. I took the stick blender and mixed it up really well. It got actually just like traditional hot processed soap. It was shiny and glossy. When I poured it in, it was light and fluffy, and I took a small sample, let it cool, and it passed the tongue zap test. No tongue zap whatsoever, even after several seconds. In fact, it tasted just exactly like soap, which is quite terrible. Okay, I will see you in 2 weeks. There's no video next week. I'm on vacation. I'll see you in 2 weeks. This will have to sit in the mold all next week while I'm gone. Alright, bye.